What's up, disc golf fans? We are here for the final day of the 2025 Cosmic Open at Maple Hill, proudly brought to you by MVP Disc Sports and Cosmic Disc Golf. Special shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. As always, you know who you are. We appreciate each and every one of you. I'm Derek Scull and Chris German here on the mic as well. Final day, beautiful weather. What's up, dude?
Yo, you took the words right out of my mouth. Today is, I don't think there was a cloud in the sky today. Absolutely beautiful. Mid-60s. Same card as moving day here. Simon, pretty big lead here, so we can expect a win from him. But this battle for second place between Landon, Jessie, and Harry, just 2 strokes between the 3, and even Chace card, Lucas, and a couple other names could make a podium finish.
All right, and as we get started here on the hole 1, par 4, 853 feet. You know the drill. Triple Mando is one of the newer additions, and they are starting to talk about changing the green, so keep an eye out for that.
First on the tee from Grafton, Massachusetts. Give it up for Simon Lizotte.
Very impressive from Simon, flying over from the West Coast, coming here, playing that amazing 1078 rated round 1 in the rain with discs that he does not traditionally bag. He said he took most of them from his basement because his bag is on the West Coast, so it's cool to see him play well here at Maple Hill Golds.
And I think that that's another reason why we're seeing him play so well.
From Hartford, Maine, Landon Brooks.
Landon Brooks, only 14 years old.
He's going into his freshman year of high school this year.
And Derek, I think he could possibly be one of the better up-and-comers that we're going to see in the next 5 to 10 years.
I agree. Anytime he's on camera, he keeps it cool, calm, collected.
And next on the tee from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Jessie Longenecker.
Yeah, once he gets that distance up, he's going to be a force to reckon with. Jessie Longenecker, freshman in college, so not that much older, but...
Yeah, just finished his freshman year and was able to take down the D1 singles at Collegiate. I was talking to him during the round. He is an environmental science major and is actually taking a minor in photography.
Ooh,
so
that's
kind
fun.
of dipping his toes in our neck of the woods.
Card from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, Harry Chace.
So the wind was a little different today. I would say it was a little bit more of like a right to left tail, and today it is a straight headwind.
As we have Harry here rounding out the box. As everybody has seen so far, dude has an arm on him and a lot of support from the locals. Kind of a New England legend here.
Yeah, it's pretty common for people to just get over to the left side. We're going to expect to see a lot of layups right to the mouth.
Not ideal ground play there, but still should have an open look.
Jessie did miss the Mando round 1. Still has a little bit of work here. Par is on the table, though. Simon getting stuck in that tree. So has to get a little creative with the stance, and perfect shot from him.
Pretty textbook from Harry as well.
But yeah, I thought it was very interesting that this whole in the MVP Open is playing easier and easier every single year. So that's one of the reasons why a green change, I think we're going to see one in the near future.
Yeah, a lot of talks about moving where the pin is, maybe changing up the shape of the actual green. They are needing to replace that wood wall there. So they figured, well, if we have to replace it anyway, why not think about a redesign? So if you are interested in kind of leaving your opinion on the matter, let us know in the comments.
Pretty textbook from all the guys. They're just laying up here, taking their pars, moving on. And that's kind of what to expect with this hole. And I think that's kind of the issue is I mean, par is still playing the same every year, but it's just people aren't getting as aggressive. They're laying up. We're just seeing a lot of pars. Saw 53% of the field. Came in as the 4th hardest hole, and we had a single birdie. Antonio Albert. Shout out to him. The only 3 on the day.
It's funny how it's the 4th hardest hole, and they're concerned about making it harder. That cracks me up.
Him and Malcolm Cooper were actually the only 2 people to get a birdie the entire weekend on this hole.
Wow. 2 all weekend.
Yeah. All right, moving into hole 2. See a little bit more birdies on this one. Par 3, 381 feet. We do have OB along the entire rock wall on the right side. A lot of people just throw nice and hard and straight. Just have it kind of finish to the left. Doesn't really bring OB into play. But if you throw something a little flippy, or if you get a bad kick.
Oh, what an unlucky kick.
It was pretty close for Simon. Stayed in bounds.
Ooh, right out of the hand, a little low for Landon, but is fortunate enough to get a skip, carrying a little further down the fairway. This has, I have trouble thinking that that's going to come back.
Yeah, at that point, you just got to get lucky, hit a tree, kick back in, but it doesn't look like he's going to get lucky. He's going to find the OB. And this is traditionally what you kind of see. Nice and hard, straight. Let it fade out a little. Puts you edge of circle past the trees.
Yeah, something a little stable so you can kind of move on that turnover and know that it'll come back. Really helps you not have to worry about that OB. Jessie was able to kind of creep up, so he didn't quite pass the ditch, but he was further up than I had anticipated. Ooh, air ball from Simon.
Harry for a chance to take a stroke on the entire card. He does just that. He was hanging out in second on moving day. Took a lot of strokes there at the end of round 2. Put him all the way down the bottom of the card. Easy par for Landon. We'll have a couple cleanups here. 4th easiest hole, so we go 4th hardest to 4th easiest. Decent amount of birdies, 16%. A couple bogeys.
All right, hole 3, par 3, 407, uphill, kind of serpentine-like pattern. Not really much more to say about that we haven't said already.
Yeah, I do love this one. This is a tough one to park, though, because you're either hitting a tree early like that, or if you actually do like pure the gap, I feel like you're throwing it so hard that you can go past the basket or to the left. It usually fades out.
Simons gets a lift shortly after release, really letting it push all the way up there, close to 4's tee pad.
Yeah, he's got a circle 2 look for birdie. Landon going for the hyzer flip. And doesn't really hit anything. That's going to be decent. Should be able to save his par. As long as you get around that bend in the beginning, I think the hole is there for the par. It's when you hit these early trees, kind of what we saw from Harry and Lucas.
And the one to beat there in the middle. We did see Jessie put a real move on it on round 2.
Yeah,
3-putted. So he's definitely going to want to get some vengeance on this hole.
Harry hitting early, that is not good. He's giving that stroke right back. It's a good approach there.
Even there, he finds himself in a good position for just chip shot. So that should be stress-free for him. Landon in a similar position, a little further to the right. Not quite as open, but does easy work for that as well.
I must be hungry because you said chip, and I'm thinking potato chips. Simon not really finding the basket again. It's 2 uncharacteristic putts, but body language is kind of telling the state that he's in right now. Just enjoying a nice day. Maple Hill. A little more stress from the other guys. We saw 3 birdies here on the day. Middle of the pack hole.
It's Simon's throw, 2 behind our leader.
Driving pro tip. That's a sick roll. Birdie. 1 down, 1 to go. And it just started raining.
Test of strategy, timing, and karma. Do you have what it takes? Order your game today.
From tee to basket, we've got the gear to elevate your game. Whether you're chasing birdies or breaking records, we're stocked to keep you one step ahead. Where precision meets flow, get slippery.
All right, moving into hole 4, par 3. Came in as the easiest hole on the day. Just throw what you know, straight. Don't go too long. Catch a tree near the green. Just don't hit first available. Just like that. Good shot from Simon. He's got a tap in. As this, like I said, the easiest hole. This is one of the few holes that actually played under par on the entire weekend. That was a good shot from Landon. If that had a little bit of a anti-skip, that could have been hunting the basket.
Jessie jump putting off the tee. Unfortunately, stopping short in that log wall. But that right side is the good side to be on.
Yeah, for sure. His Harry basically replicates what he did in round 2. It just drops down to the lower part of the green there. Oh, no.
Just pulled that one a little bit.
Yeah, it was definitely windy today. It wasn't as windy as day 2, but I mean, there was definitely some big gusts that came through. Landon for his save. It's a good par save from him. But yeah, about a quarter of the field taking a birdie here. So we have a 50% hit rate here on our lead card.
Yeah, it is warmer by about 5 degrees as well, so we did kind of taper up.
I was cold this weekend, dude.
And then hole 5 here, you got 2 ways to go about it. That left side, right hand, forehand is the typical play. You do have the safe route with a righty backhand on the right side, anticipating the skip.
And Simon with a hex going the left side.
First time all weekend. Coming in hot. Hits a tree, sits in the circle.
Man, that thing was going. So that might have went on the 6's fairway, the rate that was moving.
Yeah, we did see Simon card the birdie on round 1 with that right side line. So I'm excited to see some variation from him.
Harry pushing into circle 2. Pretty similar to where he was in round 2. Landon taking the safe side.
I also think that that's a situation of if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. And Jessie, he has a pretty good forehand.
Oh, man.
Talk about
so
perfect angle.
Close. The wind really pushed that down. And I think that that's just been something that he's honestly had an unfortunate bout of luck for. So I'm happy to see that he stayed safe this time around. Good, solid approach from Landon.
Yeah, of course, giving back to him a little.
Harry dealing with that right to left. As you can see, it did push it a little bit.
Good run, though. Basket at standard. It's not raised or anything like we might see in the playoffs. And
nice.
Get a little more aggressive when you're where Harry is.
And great to see a birdie here from Jessie, having went OB twice in round 2 on this hole.
Yeah, that's a big change for him. Another miss from Simon. His putter's not looking so great to start.
Oh.
All right.
I'd say it's probably hard to keep motivated with such a solid lead.
Yeah. All right, moving in the hole 6. One of the harder holes here at Maple Hill, and continuously is the hardest hole. Par 3, 385 feet. You have OB all down the right side here. You have the water on the left side. Some people like to go forehand and kind of hit that left gap. You can go backhand, just go straight. As Jessie finds that OB. It's nice to see Harry not make the mistake 3 times in a row. It does get caught up, but I think he's in a better spot than he's been.
It was like OB round 1, going for OB round 2, but it kicked into the center, and then it looks like he kicked left side into the center this time. So I really like the shape of this hole in particular, and I really do think that the addition of the raised basket is really nice. Makes the green a lot more risky.
And Landon getting caught up, but he's inside the circle. Should be no problem for him.
That's about where he touched down on his approach yesterday, too.
Is Harry going a little long? It's a little bit of a tester coming back. Jump putt Jessie.
Ooh.
Gives it a good run.
Toying with the OB.
Simon in a tricky spot. Looks like he'll be hanging out with Harry here. A little high from Harry. There's Simon. That's a good par save from him. As Derek, this came in 1.05 over par, so an entire stroke over par.
Jeez.
Tied for the hardest hole on the day. So I wasn't kidding when I said this hole is continuously one of the hardest holes here at Maple. And big shout out, Tony Hoffer, the only 2 on the day.
Wow. All right, let's jump back into the 7th, par 3, 422 feet. Pretty skinny all the way down with the green cresting upward slope. Throw something like a hyzer flip that's going to drift a little late so that you can beat these trees. Looks like Landon may have hit something and kicked right.
Yeah, I feel like with the backhand turnover is the best way to actually get to the basket. I think the forehand kind of gets you down into that ditch, and you kind of have to make a
look at this
putt. Simon went there all 3 rounds.
Yeah, and it's funny too because he had complained about not scoring par on this hole at all.
Yeah,
the year prior.
I think he said at MVP he was like 3 over or something on this hole.
That's
so
wild.
That's a big change for him. Looking at a birdie. Harry looking to bounce back after taking that bogey, and he's going to get caught up halfway through.
Oh, that one stings.
Yeah.
And it's kind of in the shrubbage there, too. Should have, like, a decent look. It's not the thickest bush there. A little short.
Still a little bit of work for him.
Slightly obstructed, I think, from that angle as well. Yeah,
Harry
seems
kind
to
of threw
just-
that in the dirt.
Yeah. That uphill slope. All right.
Simon grabbing the birdie. Hey, that's his first birdie on the hole. It's a good putt from Harry. Save his par. And we should see a couple cleanups here. This came in about a quarter stroke over par. 5th easiest hole.
Okay. Yeah, and I guess I don't know if we've addressed this yet, but the motivation behind moving that tee pad is so that they can keep the path that was the old fairway open for the spectators.
Yeah, that service road's important to be able to see cool holes like this. Hole 8. I don't think we said iconic yet, but here it is. Iconic. Hole 8.
I knew we were missing something.
Simon ran the basket day 2. This one,
That
though,
didn't want to get flat at all.
he needs some help,
Oh, did it?
and he
It
does.
skips over. Nice.
That's always a good feeling on this hole when you throw it too low and you skip over on that left side and you make it.
It's a pucker situation for sure.
Yeah.
That's got a little raise to it. If that keeps the line, it should be testing the back wall.
Yeah.
Good thing that was there.
Full distance driver from him.
Which you don't see him throw very often.
Yeah, he was more of a putter thrower, but I mean, with the water. Harry's really been struggling on this hole,
Does it?
and it's going to continue. And I do like this forehand play. I don't know if it's because I'm lefty and that's the route I take, but
I'm also noticing that I see a lot more younger players taking the forehand route. I don't know exactly.
Ooh.
That's like just teetering on the line from there.
Yeah, he just is safe. And he stays in bounds this time. He found double OB last time.
Yeah, that's always a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting you said it. It was like how many triples we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping we don't see any today. Is Simon getting 2 in a row now?
Solid connection there
Yeah.
from Jessie. Narrowly staying in bounds to capitalizing, preventing 3 bogeys in a row. Great to see.
He's got a little bogey sandwich on his scorecard there. With birdie bread.
I was just going to say with birdie bread. And Landon getting green on the scorecard as well.
Landon's the only one who has not taken a blemish so far. Or I should say has a blemish or taken a bogey. All pars and a birdie for him. Harry's going to add another stroke onto that.
All right, hole 9, a little bit longer than it once was. 650 feet, par 4, narrow corridor to start. Slightly uphill as we go over the crest. We have this peninsula green. We did see Harry go OB long left on day 2. Very easy to throw into the dirt there as a righty backhand. So early release and low could put you right in that hump that's early off the tee, as
Yeah.
we saw Jessie do on day 2 as well.
We saw Simon and Harry in really good spots to be able to attack for the birdie. If you don't get that far, something like this, your birdie's basically out of the question. You're playing for par at this point.
And sometimes that's okay.
I mean, after all the stats I've been reading all week.
Little misstep from Jessie puts him on the right. Short. That's going to be a challenge. Harry seems to have this pretty dialed. overall.
Making me spin. I even stepped farther back than I did yesterday. Jessie just needs to find the fairway. It's the most important thing. And
Not quite. Not terrible, but
he's probably looking at bogey.
you'd want at least another 30 to 50 feet from that position.
Simon, good layup just at the top of the hill. Landon can get a little more aggressive center cut and probably get to the bottom of the hill. If he gets some luck here. And yeah.
Nice footing there, too.
Yeah, good shot. Jessie going with the forehand, and
That must be very stable.
Yeah. He's going to fade out there. It did look like he did cross. He was pretty close to that tree. Harry needs to get... Oh, no, Harry. That was so close.
Oh, it just needed to stable up a little bit. You notice that how stable they were round one for being the new Pixels, and then now they've been getting worked by Maple.
Landon looking at an easy par. Good for him. Harry trying to save his par.
Conditions here seem to be pretty still as well, comparatively to the rest. And what an epic par save.
I think that's his third or fourth inside the circle miss so far. Preventing him from that turkey. But yeah, they did give Jessie the spot on this side, and I think that's the fair spot. Easy birdie for him, or bogey for him, sorry. As Derek, this was, guessed it, tied as the hardest hole.
I can only imagine what the other one was.
And this one was actually an empty nest. 0 birdies on the day.
Wow. Look at Landon's scorecard. Blemish-free through the front 9 is very impressive for the young gun. As we take a look at the rest of the field.
Lucas making a push from Chace card. Landon starting to separate himself, though. He's getting very close to locking in the second place position, as we only have 9 more holes here at Maple Hill.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful event. First alternative event, non-tour event that we've filmed here. But thank you to all of the Patreon supporters. If you would like to consider supporting all these projects that we do here, please consider going to patreon.com/Gatekeeper.